Hello. Okay, here we are. We're going to dive right into OSF, Operation Solid Foundation. It's the core of the Contributive Energy Rocks transformational architecture, methodology, and process. Basically, this is the first step of us taking full responsibility for our wholeness, of integrating to wholeness, soul retrieval, such that we can be our most masterful selves in contributing to the world, to follow our heart and contribute to the world, which is our nature. So this is a process of a group of people over several weeks. And what we're going to go do is we're going to get together in group kind of gatherings, and we're going to get together in pairings. Each person in the group will pair with every other person at least once through the process. And in that pairing process, which I've had extensive experience with, and it is absolutely magical. We call it a 10-10 process because each person gets 10 minutes to talk without any interruption, and the encouragement is to be authentic and transparent and let it flow. Just express your story or express. And you can talk about the primary deliverables in this process of OSF, which is number one, each individual will come up with their own clearly defined values, definition of values, what matters most to them, and in whatever way they want to express that. But to get to the point where they got it, they feel it in their heart. Each individual will create their life promise. And the life promise is phrased like this: who I am is a world blank. And it's an extension of our values. So it's our promise, our mission. It's much more powerful than mission. But it is an extension of our values, which we've clearly defined. We're also going to discern and uncover and begin a practice of uncovering what we call our life sentence. And that's Carl Jung's shadow. Debbie Ford called it the underlying commitment. Seth Grossman called it the life sentence. I like that. So life sentence basically says that we have in our unconscious mind core beliefs that are disempowering, that were formed in trauma in our youth and throughout our lives, that if we're not aware of and practicing observing of and freeing ourselves of, we are run by. And in that blindness, that's why we got to get woke, stay woke. In that blindness, sleeping, we project the very world, reality that we fear. And look around in this, what I call the bizarro world, the crazy, stupid, upside down, synthetic world, operating on a false narrative that we acquiesce to and we actually empower. Because we have the power. But in the false narrative, we're separate and we're weak, and so forth. So those are the deliverables. Now, we do it individually, and then we support each other in defining it in pairings and groups. Now, if you're an enterprise and you want to burn in that intimacy so that the dream that you have as an enterprise to contribute in a massive way, perhaps, through this process, you will define what we call a group promise or an enterprise promise, which is, this is what we're going to do, this is who we are, this is the world we are becoming in our work. So that's the core of OSF. If you go through this process as OSF, as individuals or as an enterprise, then now we've got a solid foundation. And it doesn't end at the end of the process. It's a practice that continues, that we continue to support each other on. But it's like a core, in-depth process that now sets the stage for us to do all the other things in the methodology, which, to build vibrant local communities, that's the only way we get through this, is that we gather in neighborhoods and extend this OSF into building local communities. And that we create an environment for our children who can blossom, free souls, unconditionally loving themselves, which gives them the freedom to contribute massively and collaborate with each other massively. And then, of course, the marketplace, the new economy, the new contributive economy, where instead of resisting something, the bizarro world, we actually create, through seeding and in local communities a new marketplace. And we do this all, the objective all in all of this is to manage through this transition that is already happening with as much ease and grace and fun as we can muster. And that's the purpose of this methodology. So I'll leave it there. I think that gives you the nut, the core of OSF. And until next time, take care.